There you go. Are you saying anything?
No.
Okay, Jesus, I got worried. I broke.
No, I'm waiting the timer out and getting the other stuff set up.
No worries.
For whatever reason, the Twitch app sucks. I'll say this till like their platform dies. The app is not very good. Okay. And we are here. Another mocktails. Today's guest, Eliot. They've been around the block a few times. I've played some games with them. They are now also a new moderator, so everyone better treat them nice.
Yay!
Golf claps. Okay. You are the 5th, technically 7th guest for this.
Yep.
I'm going to be opening a wine bottle. While I do so, you can tell chat about yourself.
Oh gosh.
Your species, your nationality, your career as a streamer and content creator, wherever you want to go with it. This is going to take me a few minutes because this is an old-ass bottle.
Okay. Good luck with that. Hello there. I'm Eliot. They said that. I make YouTube videos sometimes. I'm supposed to be half horse and half bat, because wings. What else? I make tutorials.
Horse was not my first thought.
Listen, I know
You need
that
hooves.
it's hard to guess, I know. Listen, that's why I added the horseshoe to the shirt, and I have a different model that has horseshoes like on the shirt and on the legs, because people keep calling me
Oh, that's why you have a horseshoe on your jacket.
Yes!
That never crossed my mind, not once.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
you need hooves.
On my jacket.
You need hooves. That would get the point across.
That is a good idea for the next model upgrade. That is a good idea.
Okay, I gotta see. I gotta see if this actually makes noise. Hold on. I don't think that worked. Damn it. I pulled the cork out.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, usually it makes a really loud pop, but this time, no.
Yeah,
I gotta buy champagne. That's what I gotta do. I gotta buy champagne for one of these. That'll make noise.
That will definitely make noise.
Oh, yeah.
Also probably get it everywhere on your setup. At least that's how I've always been. Whenever
Wouldn't
I
be the
open
first
any
time.
champagne, it will get it everywhere.
Yeah. Now this is going to be a weirder flavor for me. This is a holy shit. This is a decade-old wine.
Wow.
I just grabbed a random one off the shelf and saw, like, I saw the name and went, oh, I haven't had one of these in a while. I'm looking at the date now. 2016. 2016 it was bottled.
I think that's good, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I did not grab a stopper. God damn it.
What?
I forgot. I have a glass cork that someone gave me. Custom-made glass cork for my bottles. I forgot to grab it. All right, so I'm going to be holding this wine bottle for a while.
All right.
Because I'm not getting up. Bottle. Okay. So Red's here. Hi, Red. Mocktails. Red mocktails again. That at least covers that fact, because I knew you had bat stuff, but for whatever reason my mind went to, like, at a guess, she's a mammal. She, that's also something else to cover. You are 4th trans to be on this show.
Yippee.
Not exactly like, an achievement number, but I'm keeping track. I gotta be able to keep track of it. Because I have a feeling I'm gonna have at least 2 dozen on here. Because I seem to just attract trans and non-binary. Mainly because I am. Fuck is the lip of this bottle? Yeah. It's actually a really nice... It's an organic wine, so it's really simple. It's non-offensive. Just nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Red's doing something. Hopefully some more other people show up. Usually a lot of people show up to these. Other streamers and such.
We'll see.
Man, don't do this. Don't. Stop shifting. Okay. There. Hey! Ad prop. You gotta come up with some new material, dude. Alright, hold on. Let me put the hat. Bartholomew has a hat. Oh, that's not it. Is this it? Nope. There it is. Found it. Red has gotten Bartholomew, my little guy. My little autism creature. His name's Bartholomew. He has a little bucket hat that Red got him. It was supposed to be an ice hat, but I don't know what the fuck that means. So we got him a bucket hat. It doesn't fit him at all.
Oh, I can see that, yeah. I looked at the stream.
It barely fits him,
cute.
but it's fine. I love that redeem, but no one abuses it in any, like, funny way. For, how much is it? 450 forks. I will put anything on screen so long as it doesn't break TOS. Gotten randomly jump scared by a black guy. Where the fuck are you, LA? That's a little bit tasteless seeing what's going on in there right now, isn't it? I've made worse jokes, though. Oh yeah, do you know what's going on in LA?
I know nothing about anything.
You're Dorsch, aren't you? Is that how it's said? Deutsch?
What?
That's German.
No.
You're Norwegian.
No. No.
No, we're Swedish?
No.
How far off? I know you're European. I know that much.
You got that much.
Which one is it?
I'm from Poland.
Fuck, that would have been my 5th guess.
Okay. Sure.
Alright, well, in LA right now, there's been riots. Like a bunch of riots. Because no one likes the police. And they're deporting people. Like they're deporting criminals and illegals and such. And people are rioting over that because they don't want illegals to be deported.
Okay.
So there's just like a war going on in LA right now. Los Angeles. I forgot where Los Angeles is. California, I think. Somewhere like that. I don't know. I stopped paying major attention because I live in the mountains.
I don't live in America.
Oh, that's what that is. Right. I have a bunch of random PNGs saved, and I kind of just bring them up whenever. One of them is an angry black dude. I forgot what the fuck his purpose was.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I just have an image of that. I forgot what it was.
And yeah, Red is saying the chat is overlapping.
Huh. That's weird. I wonder what's causing that to happen. Get rid of that. Put this back. There we go. Everything's good now. No more issues. Bartholomew can't fucking see, but we'll worry about that later. Bucket hat's over his eyes, but that's fine. So, the usual context of this, I think I explained it a bit before, but how this usually is, at least in my headcanon, is I kind of digitize myself into someone's head or enter their consciousness in some way. And we just kind of have a back and forth as I'm a digital entity. Although a couple other people have seen it in different ways. Shay's a bit weird with it. Shay saw me as like a god figure here to explain her taxes to her, but that's not here nor there. That was an interesting conversation.
I see.
But it's usually the cover-up. Like, I'm here to help assist in any details that maybe, kicking you in the ass. Get you back on track a little bit, or at the very least have a place to rant about anything and everything. Because this is a open air, Second Amendment type shit. Seeing as I had a whole political argument with Mimic last time, nothing's really off the table, which is always fun. Waiting for someone to abuse that hasn't happened yet. But yeah, so a bat horse.
Yes.
I think I saw that on My Little Pony once.
Yes.
Yeah. That's fucking...
That's where I took it from.
That's a decade-old memory I'm digging up from, like, the tombs. But I somehow remember seeing those on the internet somewhere. Vampire horses.
Yes.
I hope I get that title. I'll be pissed off if I never get that title. Someone better start calling me fucking VTuber Jesus. That'd be awesome.
VTuber Jesus.
Because regular Jesus, or like internet Jesus, is Moist Critical. He's got that title. Or Asmongold. I think they're fighting for it. They both kind of look like him. I think Charlie holds it a little better, though. But, the other thing I usually discuss is stuff like lore. Like the background of who you are. My lore is a fucking...
I have no lore.
Yeah, you're not alone there. Most of the people I drag on here don't. And I usually try to help them come up with something if there's an opening or an option.
It's like... Oh. Hold on. It's not like I don't like writing. I like writing. I'm writing stories. I think I've sent you my stories, actually.
Yeah.
Jesus. It jumped. But yeah, I just can't come up with anything for myself, Because I just kind of like... My design doesn't really mean things. I just take things I like and I add it to my design. It's not like thought through to be some kind of story and meaning,
A horse girl got bit by a radioactive vampire bat. There you go. Done. Type black.
Okay.
Or it's the whole scheme of like you were bitten by a radioactive horse and a vampire bat in the same night. Ta-da!
Yeah, sure.
It's the problem, you never go to the horse races anymore. No, not bit, kicked. There you go. Kicked by a radioactive horse.
Oh my god, okay, no lore.
Some Spider-Man shit.
Spider-Man is my favorite superhero.
Yeah, there you go. Some mixture of Spider-Man and Roni ideologies and Dracula. Figure out how that works.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
My lore is complicated. I brought it up multiple times in this, so at some point I have to stop talking about it because it's just like you're gonna hear it every single one of these damn mocktails. But it's a simple logic. TLDR. I was a very important digital angel. I would help people, and a lot of my missions kind of went foobar, which is they didn't go very well. And over time, they started referring to me as the Martyr because I would be the only motherfucker walking out of the situation. And eventually that led to me getting exiled. And now I kind of just do my own thing. Of course, there's also the head thing, which is something you helped with, as Eliot has helped with a bit of the lore videos. If you look around, you can find their voice here and there. And some of the main lore and the side lore and other such things.
Voice acting.
And if I could find moments be damned, I'd definitely bring you back for another cameo. Not sure how. Although it is an obvious detail that's going to happen of, depending on situation, the voice might have to change with the person doing the voice. But it's very...
We'll see. He has to figure it out.
Yeah, it's the huge thing of the way I kind of hold myself and act. I'm pretty sure people can look at it hard enough and go, Mama's boy. Mainly because out of the two voices that were in the first lore video, yours was more kind, while Jan, I don't know how to say his name, Jan was more brutalist, more punishing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that.
So it's more possible that the mother of the code shows up in the lore videos at some point.
Mm-hmm.
As though I don't want to spoil too much, at some point there's going to be a moment where enemies get involved in my lore, and I get an arch nemesis of sorts. Not really an arch nemesis, but, you know, a wandering corruption that I have to deal with. So, that'll be fun. Yeah, so you do tutorials and such on YouTube. I've definitely...
I try.
I put the link for your channel in multiple things that I've done to help you out where I can. And a lot of your tutorials are very helpful for those that actually can figure out what the fuck to do with that stuff. I can't. I don't have the patience anymore. But, you know, there are people that definitely need that stuff.
Yep.
I've tried my hand at tutorials. I have the voice for it, I know that much, but I don't have the patience to teach.
Yeah, makes sense.
But maybe at some point, if I find a niche thing that I'm really good at. Right now, it's only writing stories, as far as I'm aware. Huge book nerd.
Book nerd. Yeah.
Big bookworm.
Yeah. I used to be a lot into books when I was younger.
I don't read as much as I used to, but I do still
Yeah,
read.
same.
I don't like sit down with a book, but
Same.
there's reading everywhere on the internet now. So you always find
Yep.
something.
Yep.
So I'm guessing you're not much of a drinker, yeah? Pretty sure you've said that before.
No, I've never drunk in my life.
Yeah. I try
I
to
have water.
lessen the amount that I drink recently.
Hmm?
Not too much, but sometimes. As I know this stuff will bite me in the ass at some point if I get a little bit too zealous with it.
Oh, definitely will.
But for the moment, I have the metabolism of a horse, so I can shrug this stuff off without any problems.
Okay.
So how long have you been making things?
Like a year, a little bit over a year, maybe about a year. Yeah, I'm not remember. I can check actually on YouTube.
I've been off and on. I've done YouTube. I've done streaming. I've had about 3 channels and such.
Yeah, about a year. Yeah, I started in May last year, so.
Nice.
So there's that. Yeah, I've been making content before that. Like, I think that ever since I had like my first social media account, I've been making some kind of content. Like I started out writing shitty fanfiction on Wattpad.
Yeah.
That was my first content making thing. I had like 3 different YouTube channels. Or 2, I don't know.
I've posted a couple
I've
of
tried
things over the years.
multiple things. Yeah, I've tried multiple things to find something that I would like the most, and stick with for the longest.
Yeah.
I mean, I like this. This is fun.
Yeah, playing games
I
is
think
always
it's
like
like
an easy outlet for things.
Yeah.
I can never wrap my head around how the hell people do those like essay videos. Completely beyond me.
I watch them and I'm like, damn, I'd love to talk about like this and that, but I know that I don't have the brain for this.
Yeah.
I have like things in my head that I don't like make essay videos on, but I don't have the brain to come up with a script.
Yeah, I think I could.
I'm not doing it.
It's been a long time since I've done audiobook stuff. I do not know if I still have the stuff for it. At the bare minimum, I know I need a better microphone.
Yeah.
Mine's kind of a piece of junk.
A good microphone is important. Yeah, a good microphone is important.
But, some point maybe if I really am... Well, I know I'm gonna have to do fucking ASMR content at some point because I have that as a goal. So, when I start getting close to... Yeah, I have that too, which is, it's as good as it can be with the bad microphone I have, which is this piece of shit turtleback thing, $40. But at some point, when I start getting closer to, I think I put it at 170 followers, I will actually upload a proper ASMR video on YouTube. Something like, your digital angel comes to comfort you or some crap. Something along them lines.
That sounds interesting.
Because I want to use this model, but I might not. Like, this is the starting thing as a concept of, like, you're here because I'm here. You're not here for, like, whatever. You're here because you know this face. Usually. That's, like, the concept of the viewers. Usually you kind of get attached to the visuals of the person of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be kind of rude to not to like go out and do an ASMR video and it's just like, I don't know, a guy, just a dude. Wouldn't make any sense.
With a pan.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites. Angry stepmom beats you with her.
Fall asleep.
Yeah. Angry stepmother beats you with her flip flop till you go to bed. ASMR. Some people are for that. Oh, I'd have to figure something out because freaking ASMR microphones are bullshit expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, there's software that kind of just lets you turn any microphone into a dual purpose kind of thing.
Yep.
And there's worlds. There's worlds in the virtual reality that have that effect, which is very helpful. I'll probably be using one of them.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to mess with that, but we'll figure that out in time. But I don't know. It's weird. I gotta find people that drink for these. Because so far, I think it's like.
I'm sorry.
No, it's planned because I'm basically just like throwing the hook out, and whoever shows up shows up. It's kind of an expectation that not many people drink anymore. That's kind of been a recent statistic across the human race, is that alcoholism has gone down, which is a good thing, but also means the alcohol business, whatever the hell it's called, big booze, is going down in profit as well. Which is surprising because alcohol has been a mainstay in the human consciousness since like before Jesus died. Like it's been around forever. Hell, more people have died to drowning in alcohol than have been eaten by sharks in human history.
Sharks aren't very dangerous to humans.
Exactly, but everyone kind of like sees them as. Until recently. Recently, everyone's been figuring out that like, no, sharks are actually really cool. It's dolphins. Stay away from dolphins.
Yep, it's dolphins. Dolphins are monsters.
That's a very recent detail. But it's still that thing. No, it's an even bigger thing of like something that is proper dangerous. More people have died to alcohol in some way than snakes.
Oh my god, I fucking hate snakes. Ew.
Like, more people have died from alcohol poisoning than regular poisoning in human history. Amazing. And only recently, over the last 2 decades, has the number of people drinking alcohol gone down by almost like 80-some%. Because
I see.
I don't know why, honestly. With the world in such a kind of crap state, you'd think more people would be getting on drugs, but I don't know. I guess not.
I don't know.
People are finding other ways to cope with the state of the world. Instead of... except me, but I mainly just like drinking wine. Every now and then I have a bourbon, but it's usually wine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not... As much as everyone likes to refer to me as the alcoholic angel, I'm not that big. I'm not like literally going through like a pack a day type shit. I'm just enjoying a drink every now and then to calm the mind. Mm-hmm. Mainly because, you know, this fucker won't ever shut up, but alcohol is the only thing that really, you know, spades him. The demon, you know?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, mental doesn't like to shut up most of the time. So I gotta drown him from every now and then. Mm-hmm. But we've been playing The Forest. That's something. That would be another place where anyone would know you. More than likely,
I love playing the forest.
hopefully, if we can, pull off another couple of episodes of that and finish the mansion that Hitomi seems to fucking hate for some reason.
Yeah, Hitami is far away. She doesn't live with us.
She's going everywhere. She's out there hunting bears.
Yep.
We made that joke a couple of times of like, the Spanish lady doesn't want to help build a mansion. You have the fucking three white guys building the fucking mansion. It'll be a good building. I have faith.
Yep.
Unless the Molotov guys show up again. Then we're fucked. But other than that, yeah, we should be fine.
Oh my god, I don't like them.
I'm more afraid of the, tentacle creatures. Those things can go fuck themselves. I'm kind of upset that didn't happen, because you see that in the trailer for The Forest. Is the guy...
haven't seen the trailer.
Yeah, there's the teasers and trailers and stuff, and one of them is, the guy builds a whole ass complex, with walls and traps and shit. And you see one of the mutant creatures just slam through his wall. So they could do that, which is annoying. But, that'll be exciting to see.
Yep.
So they're just balls of, muscle and anger, so. But once we get a couple good streams out of that, we can move on to Sons of the Forest. Maybe some other survival games. I don't know. A survival game came out recently that looked like a mixture of The Forest, Rust, and Tarkov. Where you and a group of other people get stranded on an island, just decide to say fuck it and build a house there. And then you can get on a little pulley boat that you found and screw off to the local, tribals area. Where the island residents stay, and just go loot their shit. You just go steal their stuff to survive. So it's one part survival crafting, where you build a base and salvage for food and everything, and another part where you get on a tugboat, go to the local indigenous people, and just fucking kill them for their bananas.
Sounds interesting.
So, yeah, that might be something cool to check out when it comes out. Right now it has a demo, which I've been needing to check out, but I think it's a PvP game, and I'm not going to fucking touch PvP with a 9-foot stick alone.
Oh my god, I hate PvP.
And it always pisses me off, because PvP shows up in all the stuff where it's like, if this would be so cool without PvP, and you threw PvP into it. Why?
Uh-huh. Why? Right, exactly.
The same pissed off reason that, I can't play the Hunt Showdown. Because it's like, you put all of the effort physically possible into your gunplay and world, and you refuse to make a campaign of any kind. It is strict PvP, and you have fostered the worst community in history. It's not even an extraction shooter anymore. Hunt Showdown used to be an extraction shooter with, Tarkov and, I don't remember any of the other ones. There's a lot of extraction shooters, but it's not an extraction shooter anymore. It's a fucking battle royale game. Which is turbo cringe. Because there's no inventory in the game. There's no loot. You get 2 guns and 8 utility items. And that's all that you're allowed to bring in and out. While something like Tarkov is a proper extraction shooter, which is you can go in with nothing and walk out with half of an armory in your backpack, an entire rich man's Bitcoin collection, several golden objects, and a car tire. But no other game lets you do that anymore. There was Marauders, but Marauders died because the dev team is a bunch of assholes. Surprising no one, a lot of game devs nowadays are assholes.
Yep.
Ah, God, there's a bot.
Oh my god.
Get out of here, we're busy.
I saw it. It's not banned. Good.
I forgot, there was another extraction shooter. There's a couple extraction shooters that like came out. There was one that lets you, what's it called? Like, you know, Dead by Daylight,
I think so.
where it's, you know, a bunch of people versus a thriller killer of some kind.
Yeah, I know.
Well, someone took that idea and turned it into an extraction shooter, which is like 3 squads go in to a not really a haunted location, but like a biotechnica location, and someone or a couple someones get to, what's the word they used? Like scrounge the area as giant monsters. Like
Interesting.
there was a game called Evolved back in like 2018 where it was a team of 4 go against someone playing as a giant monster.
Uh-huh.
Similar logic. Like 3 people get the ability to play as these absolute Resident Evil style horrors, and everyone else is just dudes with guns.
That's what games.
And it's a cool concept because that's definitely something I would happily play in that sort of PvP. That's like some of the only PvP I like is when the odds are stacked in my side. Like Dead by
Mm.
Daylight is one of my more favorite PvP because the enemy, the other side of the PvP cannot like shoot at me.
Mm.
So I just get to walk around being an annoyance.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Usually, some people, you know, until everyone starts bringing in flashlights and pocket knives. Which still kind of makes me question. It's like at least 3 of the killers in Dead by Daylight use giant fuck off swords. Like human length sized swords. And they swing these, and the survivors just kind of like shrug it off. Like Pyramid Head is swinging a 45-pound knife. And the survivors just live. They just shrug that shit off. They get smacked in the jaw with it, and then they just start booking it.
Healing, I guess.
Yeah, I guess the entity, whatever the hell it is in that game, is, you know, forcing them to somehow stay alive through adrenaline. It's beyond me. Completely beyond me.
Mm.
They missed a huge possibility of opening at like several points with like Ash Williams. They could have made him a killer, but they made him a survivor instead. A lot of people have been asking for the Doomslayer, which is really funny. Have the goddamn Doomslayer as a killer in Dead by Daylight. You just give all of the playable survivors demon skins or something like that. Or like alter the vision of whoever's playing the Demon Slayer of Doomslayer. And then everyone looks like demons. Or something like
I
that.
see.
Ah.
Oh.
Welcome back, Red. What'd you get? What'd you get
Hello.
food-wise? Is it chicken? It's chicken, isn't it? I gotta figure out some other collab stuff, though. I don't know what, though. There hasn't been that many co-op games recently.
Well, I don't own many co-op games, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. The gaming landscape right now is so burdened in this concept of, like, forever games, live service crap, or solo games. There's no in-between anymore.
Hmm.
And I think still no one has really perfected the zombie formula.
Zombie games?
Yeah. Like a real honest-to-God zombie survival game. Like, no one's really perfected it yet.
Hmm.
Like, the best zombie game on the market is Left 4 Dead 2. But that's not really a survival game. You could replace those zombies with literally fucking anything. So they might as well not even be zombies. Honey roast 10. It is chicken. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I'm a genius. All right.
Chicken's good.
It is good.
Chicken's good.
It's a very non-offensive meat. So you can kind of just do anything
It's
with
my
it.
favorite. Hmm.
That stuff survived me through college.
Yep.
Chicken
It
and
is
hot dogs.
surviving me. Yes.
I
That's
miss
my
those.
diet every day.
I miss those days. The college I used to go to had food trucks. A bunch of food trucks.
Oh, that's fun.
And I
That's
got
fun.
really, really chummy with one of them. It was an Asian food truck. The
Mhm.
lady behind it was a really nice old lady. And me and her got off really, really well, even though there was a language barrier. So she'd give me a small discount on lo mein. Really nice.
That's nice.
And I don't mean like a little pay. I mean like it was a full-ass styrofoam container of lo mein
Whoa.
for like $6.
Whoa.
Which is some bullshit. Like, it was like a solid fucking half pound of noodles. I think she was just sorry for me because how skinny I am. That's probably what it was.
Okay.
Kind of pissed off more stores don't do that. They see me walk in, see that I'm like 50 pounds underweight. It's like, we're going to feed you till you die.
That's yeah. I can understand that.
That's why I can't go to Italy. They do that there. If you walk in and you're a skinny, like, prick, and you tell them you're hungry, they will feed you until you literally can't eat.
Yeah, same here. The same here.
Like, it's weird that America doesn't do that. The land of the large does not do that. I can't walk into my local Denny's and just, like, say, like, I don't have any money and I'm hungry. They don't do that. I don't give a shit. Very upsetting.
I don't know, I never
Unless
tried, so I don't know.
I've pulled the trick a few times where you walk in and say, "Hey, it's my birthday today. Can I
It's my birthday, of course.
Although a lot of that used to work. That doesn't work anymore because they ask for like identification to let them know it's your birthday. But previously, yeah, if you're like a little kid or if you're like back in 2000, you could walk in and go like, "Hey guys, it's my birthday today. What do you got?"
Yeah.
And then they'll I would always go to Denny's because Denny's gives you 2 pancakes, bacon, sausage, and an egg for your birthday.
Wow.
Which is fucking crazy. So I got really familiar with all my locals' Denny's.
I remember when I was younger, and we'd go with my dad on vacation, and we would go to like those all-you-can-eat places.
Those are fun.
Yep, and the pricing was kids pay the age that they are. And back then, my dad could just be like, yeah, they're like under 10, under 10, yeah, and I was like 13. But they didn't ask for like any ID, nothing.
Yeah,
Now
they would just
ask
stare at your
everywhere,
face
and I'm
really
like,
hard, and it's like, yeah, they're probably 9 years old.
Yeah,
That doesn't work.
probably 9.
That doesn't work anymore.
That doesn't work anymore.
It definitely didn't work for me. I had a growth spurt when I was 11.
Same. I was one of the tallest kids in my class. They would mistake me for an older one a lot.
Yeah. I started growing facial hair when I was like 14. Now I got a full-on beard. It's crazy. Which, looking at this, you probably wouldn't think I have facial hair, but I have a very luxurious goatee.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah. I have a big thing of being like a muscle twirling asshole. My favorite thing. Mustache, not muscle. Mustache twirling.
Mustache twirling, yeah.
But, yeah, I kind of miss those buffets, honestly. There's not many near me anymore. Like, COVID shut them all down, for the most part. Although, and I think this is fucked up, and I think it's the reason they don't get a whole lot of patronage. There's a Chinese buffet near me. Still open. Still running like nothing's changed. That's fucked up because people believe the Chinese started COVID.
Well.
So, a lot of racist assholes near me take the insinuation here. It's not stopping me. I'm walking in paying the fucking $20 and eating my heart out. I don't give a shit. Chinese food is good. They serve donuts. I'm fucking... They got donuts and dumplings and ramen and all types of shit. It's great. $20 per person. It's pretty good.
Yep. Oh, Jesus. Almost spilled my water.
I figured it out when I was much younger. When, like, Golden Corral and stuff was still around, or, the proper buffets that you think of. That's got, like, the whole fucking shebang of stuff. I would go up, and I would eat my fucking heart out of, like, at least 1.5 pounds worth of ham. Because Ma told me when I was much younger, when we went there, they try to make you stop eating by making... I should drink water. But most buffets will screw you over by making you carb load. God damn it. We're doing this again.
Well.
He's redeeming all of my water. It's because I'm starting to slur my words, isn't it? Is that why, you bitch?
Okay.
I'm drinking half the bottle, that's all you're getting.
I'm gonna go grab a sweater because I'm cold. I'll be right back.
But how are we doing today? How's today on the 69th situation? Six 9, I can't do the like thing. There's a hand symbol for it. You should fuck me up one of these days with the drink water. Just somewhere in the middle of the drinking water, just throw in another redeem. Because I won't see it. I will completely miss it because I stopped looking at it after, like, the 4th. Well, that's good. I forgot that you got a beagle puppy. You said that about like yesterday. I work for a lot of days next, so this will be the last stream for a bit till I get back. So everyone prepare for that. I think I work for 3 or 4 days after this. So I'll be gone for a bit. You know, if I get the energy, I might stream, but it'll be a small one. Did you figure out a name for the dog? Red bought a beagle a bit ago. Yesterday.
Like a dog?
Yeah, dog.
That's cute.
Saturday?
We
Yesterday
got a
was
cat.
Saturday. You mean next Saturday? I don't know. I work for the next 4 days.
Yesterday was Sunday.
2 days ago. It's Monday. I forgot it's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Bullet. Yeah, that's pretty good. Bullet's pretty good. I need to figure out food. Right now I have like enough sandwich stuff in the fridge to last me till next month. Probably if it doesn't go bad. But I gotta figure out some proper food. There's only so many sandwiches a man can have before he's just like, no.
Yeah. I try to have like good food, but I end up just getting fast food all the time.
I mean, it depends on the fast food. There are some fast food places that are better for you than what you can cook. Usually.
Mm.
Like,
I just can't cook.
I like to think I can cook, but I don't know. I get impatient a lot.
Yep, same. I
So I
don't
cook.
have the patience to cook the food. If I'm hungry, I need the food right now.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the stuff I have is microwavable or it's just eat like make and eat. Sandwiches is exactly my reason why. Like if you got all the shit to put stuff between bread, you're fucking set.
Mm.
I don't watch movies. I might consider it, but I don't watch movies. I took a lot of photography classes and such in high school and college, so I physically can't watch movies without taking the piss out of it.
Oh my god, that's my sister. Not with movies, but my sister is like studying graphic design.
Yeah.
Anytime I show her like a graphic or whatever, she's like, "Oh my god, this is so bad. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong." And I'm like, "Oh my god, relax, stop."
Yeah, the lucky thing is I'm humble
Yeah.
enough to know to like not in certain situations. Like I've trained myself enough to where if I read someone else's like story, I'm not just gonna immediately gonna rip it to pieces.
Is that targeted towards me?
Yeah. No, people throw me their stories all the fucking time because I have almost 13 years of experience in writing books.
I see.
So I can give some emphasis on things when I have my mind in the right spot. But for the most part,
Yeah, that's what I've said.
a lot of my writing kind of just comes from the soul. Like, I just got really good at understanding what it takes to make a person feel shit, and I just implement that into all my writing. Like, I understand the basic tropes, and then I kind of just abuse them. But luckily, in the year of 2025, most writers don't know how to fucking do that. So I'm actually an oddity. You're fine, but I mean like Hollywood writers.
Let's
Like you
go.
go and watch any recent movie that came out, you know damn well that the writing team probably has someone in there with dyed hair. And an Oedipus complex. Good shot. Like, a majority of the Hollywood writers nowadays just don't understand how the fuck people think. Mainly because the majority of them are narcissists, but... Like, it pisses me off a bit in that situation, because they... What's the term of logic? It takes one person to fuck it up for everyone else. Like... It's the logic of, like, airplanes and stuff. It took one group of assholes crashing a plane into a building, and now planes are no longer fun. Like, that's just the situation now. And there's, like, a bunch of other stuff like that. That you just can't do it now. Because people fucked it up. So you have writing in games and shit where it's like, now if you have a female protagonist who isn't pretty, people think you're an asshole or, like, fucking crazy. Or, like, if you put in any character in your video game or writing that isn't just, like, outside the norm, they think you're fucking crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's some heavy lag right there,
Sorry.
Jesus.
No, I moved my controller by accident.
Yeah. But, like, I have a set of characters in my little universe that I know people are either going to love to death or, like, point at and go and, like, scream like idiots because it's probably woke nonsense. It's not. I just thought it was a funny detail. There's a cult leader who gains the powers of an eldritch god. He's gay. Never fucking comes up in the story. There's just little, like, ounces to it that he's gay. There is also a character who is... Do you know Full Metal Alchemist, the anime?
I've seen a couple of episodes. I stopped watching after the dog scene.
Fair. People started memeing that scene, by the way, recently, of, like, what happens if he actually succeeded.
Yep.
It's like, simple, dog girl.
Know.
You get a dog girl, not a girl dog. But the scene where they try to resurrect their mother and get fucked over. I took influence from that. And there's a character who is an alchemist who tried to resurrect his dead wife and fucked it up royally. Where the process of trying to revive her ended up killing him as well. And then fusing the two of them.
Oh, okay.
And it made a...
well, at least they're together now.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times. But it turned them into a carbon elemental. Like a coal elemental, basically.
Oh, Jesus.
Careful. Which is really dangerous. A carbon elemental gets the entire spectrum of what carbon can do. Which is ranging all the way from charcoal to diamond. Like, carbon does a lot of things. It's one of the top 5 most common elements in the universe. So being an elemental made of the shit makes you really dangerous.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But with that concept of a male and a female being in one body, they're technically non-binary or trans. Or however you'd say it. And those two characters, the cult leader and the elemental end up, like, getting really close together to each other. Not like a full-blown relationship, but they get really attached to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Through multiple scenes and a funny little concept of the cult leader, when he lets out the eldritch horror and goes full monster, he gets murdered in that state, but then revived. And getting revived causes him to be horrifyingly mutated. Like, it's really hard to, like, word it of how he looks. But when he wasn't destroyed, he was a, like, several story tall, four-armed creature.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a Cthulhian god, basically. And then he gets blown up with a fucking white phosphorus. You know what white phosphorus is?
No.
It's a chemical that burns hotter than, like, radioactive waste.
Uh-huh.
It's thermite. It's a chemical that doesn't stop burning. It's a military item. It's very scary shit. Like, they use it to cut through titanium. It's that dangerous.
Wow.
And he got one of these grenades full of the shit shoved into his chest. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Huh?
I crashed. Wait.
You good? Oh.
I believe...
Okay.
I believe I crashed.
Yep. You do look very static on my screen.
I'm not sure what caused that to happen. I'm going to try and fix it. Hold on. Pray for me.
Praying. Be good.
All right, we're good.
Moving. Pee-pee.
Okay, cool. I think there was a Windows update. Like a ping went off.
Oh.
Of some kind.
Of course.
Fucking Windows. But, yeah, he gets melted, basically, by military-grade explosives. And when he gets revived, he looks as bad as you think he would.
Mm-hmm.
Like, absolute highest grade, 4th degree burns type shit.
Mm-hmm. Horrible.
And the end result of it, I wish I had an image that I could easily get a hold of for it, but the end result of it is that one of his arms and his leg got fused together.
Mm-hmm.
And his whole body kind of got, like, morphed like that. Like, if this is how it's supposed to be, it got morphed like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like his body was shifted.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it! Troller's fucking me up. So he has 3 arms, and the elemental also has 3 arms. Because he was made out of a living person and a dead person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he got a little bit of each.
Uh-huh.
So he has 3 arms, the cult leader has 3 arms, and I have this cute little scene where the elemental finds out that he has 3 arms because he covers himself in these wings. Kind of like a cloak.
Mm-hmm.
But when he sees that, it's like, oh my god, brother, you have arms like I do! And then the fucking relationship just goes from there. Like, that's all it takes for 2 autistics to, like each other. That's it. That's just... Like, oh my god, you collect bugs too? And over, done. You're not getting out of that relationship. It's fucked.
That's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is.
I love that character, though. I love those two characters. The cult leader used to be a antagonist to a roleplay I used to be in, which is fucking forever ago type bullshit here. I used to jump between video games, and this is very 2010 type shit, and I would roleplay in video games. DayZ, GTA, Fallout 76. The old wars.
Yeah.
I'd play a character, and I tried to do that on this, which it's VR chat. Don't think it's not. I used to try it on this. This community sucks. They don't do it. They're not good at it. Roleplay has legitimately roleplay is like genuine actual acting has gone down the drain since 2010. I'm a very good actor, I like to think. The number of people I have met trying to do it recently is disgusting with how bad they are.
Mainly
because
acting when I was younger.
Yeah. I don't know. I love acting. It lets me be someone else.
Me too.
It's why I love Halloween. Halloween's my favorite holiday.
Yeah. Yep. I was so sad when my acting group disbanded. I was like, oh no.
I've been angrily trying to get people together to do a little series on YouTube. Pure YouTube, no stream of it. A YouTube series of like in-character stuff. I think that would be cool. I just need the people and everyone that have open time frames for it. But it could be cool.
That would be cool.
So I've tried it in all types of games you wouldn't even think about, like Payday 2. I brought that up a bit ago in the community Discord. Of a long time ago, I did kind of like a D&D campaign, sort of, in Payday 2, where we set it in my little universe. And this takes a little context because it's fucking crazy. The major antagonist of the universe, the Monarch, this alien creature with the power of stars at his command, someone pissed him off enough to where he would blow up their planet in front of them. Which, funny enough, that guy got the title of the Thorn. He pissed off the Monarch, a literal god-eating god, so much that he got given the title of the Thorn. That's impressive. Personally, that's incredibly impressive. To piss off an entity that high up on the food chain to where he looks at you as a pest. Like, he sees other gods as food. And he sees you as a pest. A mere mortal as a pest. That's kind of fucking horrifying. But, the Thorn in question pissed him off enough to where the Monarch dragged his happy ass down to his planet, told him some philosophical shit, and then set his planet on fire. The whole planet. The whole goddamn planet. He set it on fire. Like it was a match head. This action of destroying this planet suddenly, without repercussion, caused the universe to correct itself, making another version of that planet. I'm trying to think of like a computer term for that, because it does happen. Like, if you try to delete a file too much, it'll make a second copy of the file by accident.
Yep, I know.
I forgot that error, but that does happen. But, yeah. So he does that, and the planet gets remade from the start. The problem with this planet is that at some point, World War III happens, and the entire planet gets nuked horribly into an apocalypse. Having the planet restarted, the GODS, which is kind of like the Universal Police Force, decided, well, they didn't decide, but one guy inside of their program decided, let's see if we can fix the planet. But if I just tell everyone of the group, hey, let's go down to that planet and just get rid of all the nukes, they probably won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even sat down to check if I can be heard. We're almost an hour and 15 in, and I haven't actually sat down to make damn sure if I can be heard. I think I can. Yeah, I can be heard. I can be heard. I'm okay.
So.
Mental takes control of little guy and tries to kill you, so you have to try and bring him back. Like, okay. I don't know what the hell Redbox is talking about. I'll let you know Bartholomew is doing exactly what he wants to do, and what that is staring into the middle distance. Man has a 1,000-yard stare. He eats bits and has a 1,000-yard stare. That's all he does.
The autism creature.
What's horrifying is he's a predator. Those two giant orbs on his face, those aren't eyes.
I see.
Yeah, those are not eyes.
Yeah.
The thing we're currently covering up with the bucket hat, that's his real eye. Those weird orbs on the front of his face, those are sonar sacs. So he hunts with he hunts it off of sound. But the problem is he's really lazy and a drug addict, so he just eats bits. He's very lazy. So I gotta ground his food up into bits. He's a good dog though. He's a good little man. So what I was explaining. So the character in question, this man named Swain, who is like one of the smartest men in the universe, comes up with a concept waiting for an opportunity to lead a mission onto this planet, this error planet that came up out of nowhere. And finally, he gets something. There are these objects in the universe called relics, shards of reality, which if you have one, they give you inhuman abilities of some kind. Because they are literal shards of the thing that made the universe. So as soon as one came up on the planet, he told his leader, he told his boss, and was like, okay, we need to go down there and get it. And they launched a mission to do so. During this mission, they did a lot of crime, a lot of horrid stuff, and we did all of it in Payday 2.
Wow.
Like, we took 14 missions.
Insane.
We took 14 missions out of Payday 2, and we just did them in a playlist. Back-to-back kind of D&D style. We never finished that campaign, like most of my D&D campaigns. But the idea is so cool, personally. Because it was, it's for regular-ass people. Kind of. Sort of. So the team involved with this mission involved assaulting the Russian mafia the Russian government, the Italian mafia, and then the Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
But the people involved was a warlord who has a parasite, kind of like Infamous. If you know that game. Not Infamous. What the fuck is it? Prototype? Prototype.
Mm. No,
It's
I don't know.
There's a game series called Prototype where you play as a guy who has a weird alien thing inside of him. Basically, the main leader of this was a gang leader who has a parasite, kind of like Venom.
Venom, I like Venom.
That's an easy way to explain it. He's got a thing inside of him that acts kind of like Venom.
Mm-hmm.
So you got him. You got a Marine who used to live on this planet. The Thorn, his real name is John Tobol. He's part of this group. He is a Marine soldier with cybernetics. Then you have Emily Sherwood, who is a Joint Task Force Spec Ops sniper. And then Enrique Oxton something. I forgot his last name. He's Spanish, though. I just forgot his last name. I have it written down somewhere, but I'm not going to look for it. He is also a sniper. He used to be part of the Rangers. The American Rangers. So they go, and they take on the Russian mafia, the police, the Russian military, and a bunch of other people. The Asian military, some other stuff, China, that fun shit. And they go through a bunch of, like, destroying public nuisance until eventually they get the relic. And the relic happens to be about this big.
Mm-hmm.
Like half the length of a dollar bill. Or a currency bill, whatever Poland uses. Like a note.
All of our bills are different sizes, but I get what you mean.
But yeah, it's like the half the length. It's not that big. And that means it's useless. It's completely fucking useless. It's like, the bigger it is, the more power it has. This one gives you immortality. Monkey's paw immortality. You no longer age while you're holding it. But your body still decays. That's it. That's all it does. You live for 100 years. Still. You do not age, but you die after 100 years. It doesn't stop your... Yeah, it doesn't stop your brain from aging. It just stops your body from aging.
Yeah.
So it's completely fucking useless.
Yep, it's kind of useless.
So they throw that mission out, but that wasn't the reason they did the mission. The relic was just kind of a pretense of it. Like, why to get you on the planet to begin with. The reason he wanted them on the planet, Dr. Swain wanted them on that planet, was to get rid of the nukes. The exact same nukes that caused the apocalypse on the previous version of the planet. He didn't tell them about that, though. He just said, hey, there's still some really valuable things on that planet that we could really use. Could you guys go get them for me? And then partway through the mission, they decide, fuck it, and open the box and see that it's a warhead. We're talking like Tsar Bomba style warhead. Like it would take out the entirety of the coast of a continent. Type bombs. And I don't know if you followed along there when I was explaining the characters, but 3 of them are military. So you put them in a situation where they are eyeing down a fucking nuclear warhead, and you're gonna get some funny reactions. There was a previous moment that was equally funny. Not really funny, traumatizing. I like trauma. I like traumatizing my characters. It gives them personality. But
yeah. I can understand that. I'm planning to traumatize mine.
yeah, I mean, it's fucking a missing part of my head, so you know. But Enrique Oxton, he betrayed his country. He was an American Ranger, a soldier, and he used to be in Vietnam. If you know the stories of Vietnam, you know that it was a bullshit war. Fought for almost no reason.
Mm-hmm.
In this universe, on that planet, the Americans during the Vietnam War acted kind of like the Nazis. They went full salted earth with the shit. Oxton decided to go against that. And he mortar striked his own base to get back at the U.S. military for doing what they were doing. This got him court-martialed and put in jail. But where they put him was Guantanamo Bay. As a non-American, I wouldn't expect you to know what that name means. Probably.
Nope.
Guantanamo Bay is one of the 3 worst prisons in the world.
Okay.
It's not a prison. It is a giant stone building that they leave you in to die. It's barely a prison. Like, do you know who Al Capone is?
I've heard the name.
Al Capone was one of the biggest gangsters in, like, 1920. He was put in Alcatraz. Alcatraz is the 3rd worst prison in the world. Guantanamo Bay is one above that. They do not feed you. They do not give a fuck about you. You are going to stay there till you die. And they put him in there. Luckily, out of good behavior and some other shit, he got out of there before he, got killed. And then he got to go be a forest ranger off in the middle of New Mexico. But you would imagine that being in a place like that would kind of leave you fucked up in the head.
Yeah, probably. Most
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, you join the military, you get PTSD. That's kind of just how it works. But during this D&D campaign, we came up with an idea of there's a character in the universe named Jan Sigma Hilt. He has a weird... Yeah, I came up with that before the meme. I kept it because it's funny.
Okay.
I used Sigma in the terms of the math equation, not the meme. Which the math equation is, it's a symbol representing everything and anything.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
math.
Okay, cool. Most people don't. So mostly
I wanted to be a math teacher when I was younger, so
all right, well,
I know some math stuff.
You're the first mathematician I've had on here. Everyone else is kind of stupid.
Okay, I didn't say I'm smart.
You're smarter than the rest, and that means a lot. So it's okay. But yeah, I used the symbol logic of that because good old Jan went through a mental crisis and he decided that he was going to do whatever the fuck he wants and no one's going to stop him. So he took up the name of Sigma. Meaning everything and anything, which is exactly what he was going to fucking do.
Yeah, I know.
We're explaining that for them. He has the he has the mutant ability to telepathically cause illusions. That means if you lock eyes with him, he can make you see whatever the fuck he wants you to see. He hijacks all of your, what are they called? Like touch, feel, smell, sight. That's it.
Senses.
Yeah. He hijacks your senses. He shows up during the D&D campaign in Payday. And he drags the three of them basically into hell. Making them relive their most, like, angry memory possible. Like, he forces them to fight through their PTSD. For John, it was boot camp. For Emily, it was the day her plane crashed. She was, I didn't even bring that up. Emily was a joint task force who was sent to Chernarus, which is a little Slavic country, which had been completely burdened by a zombie virus. Her helicopter crashed, and she was forced to survive on a zombie-ridden Russian hellhole for 33 fucking years.
Wow.
Not 33. 13 years. She was 20 when she crashed. She was 33 when she got out. Yeah. So her biggest thing is dealing with zombies. She has a lot of PTSD with zombies. Then you have Oxton. Sigma dragged his happy ass back to Guantanamo Bay. So, watching this grown man, 90 years old, break down in tears because he does not have a fucking choice but to walk back into Guantanamo Bay. A very impactful scene. Only made worse by the fact that John and Oxton are from the same planet. So John knows about Guantanamo Bay. And he's kind of put the pieces together of what Sigma's doing here is forcing them to go through memories, their memories. So they end up in front of Guantanamo Bay, and he immediately has to look around at the other two fuckers with him and realize one of them was in Guantanamo Bay. You kind of lose faith in someone. Because it's a prison. One of the worst prisons. One where literal monsters get sent. And he's surrounded by friends. With the sudden realization that one of the two of them spent time in Guantanamo Bay. So there was a bit of an argument. But in the end, it gets resolved, luckily. But I don't know. I love shit like that. Of like taking a really obvious bullet point of someone's backstory and forcing them to relive it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. It's an equivalent story, funny enough, that I'm rewriting right now. Because a very specific event happens during it. So that warlord, the guy with the parasite, that parasite makes him sterile. He can't have a kid. Well, that thing's in his system. But if you die in this universe, you respawn back in heaven, basically. Air quotes, heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point during that story, he blows himself up to get the 3 characters out of those illusions. Like, he picks a fight with Sigma and another guy, and to kill them both, he sets off a C4 charge. Killing himself and them. In doing so, he respawns with no more parasite. So he's human again. He's normal again. After fuck knows how long.
Okay.
And he immediately abuses this fact by having a kid. As you would probably, most men probably think about that fact of if you were sterile most of your life, not by choice, and suddenly weren't sterile anymore, your first thought would be sex, probably. Maybe.
Yep.
Probably not, depends on who you are, but this guy's a father. He loves his goddamn kids with a burning passion. And the one thing he's always wanted is a child of his own DNA. But, the parasite kind of fucks that up. Not having it, literally after the mission, he goes home and immediately, bangs his wife. And they have a kid. Little young Jackson. Cute fucking kid. Very adorable kid. I have done everything in my physical power to explain this kid as a cinnamon roll among cinnamon rolls. With I don't know if this makes him more cute or more endearing, but he has a big fuck off patch on the side of his head. Like a birthmark on the side of his head. And I've been told things like that make them make children characters slightly more what's the word? Enjoyable. Like you root for them more.
Yeah.
Well,
I can understand that.
Yeah. Trying to think. That event comes up to a question I've been trying to solve for the last couple of days now. Almost a full week now. Which is, what happened to cause that warlord, a man named Jefferson, to put that fucking parasite back in his body willingly?
Huh?
He loses it, but he still has copies of it. He can make it again if he felt like it. So he has copies of it. He can put it back into himself at any point, but why the fuck would you? It makes you sterile. It turns you into a literal monster. It makes you an unsexy Venom. Which, don't think you don't think about it. I've known people enjoy that tongue. I've seen it. I've seen the fucking Twitter. I've seen Twitter. I know people like Venom. There's a reason he's got a fucking twerking emote in Mario Rivals. But this parasite turns him into a non-sexy Venom because it doesn't change the way he looked at all. He's still an old man, but it gives him the ability of summoning claws and shit, and regenerating flesh. It's a symbiotic relationship sort of thing. There's an anime called Parasite, spelled with a Y. That's where I got the idea from. That and Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been molding over the idea of what the hell would cause him to put that shit back in his body. And I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because a lot happens. So it's like something had to happen that forced him to pull the cap off that needle and shove it into his neck. That's another thing I love. I don't know why. Okay, bye. That's another thing I love writing about is characters with transformations.
Mm-hmm.
Not too sure why, but it's always been something I've loved, is that reveal of what you thought was... Like, this guy's already kind of strong, and then he, like, rips his own throat out and turns into a monster. And it's like, oh, this wasn't his final form. Ah, shit. Which Jefferson has one of my favorite transformations with that. Because he has to destroy his own brain to cause it to happen.
Uh-huh.
He has to damage his own brain for the parasite to take over, turning him into a far worse enemy. So it's Persona 3 kind of logic of like shooting yourself in the head to unleash monsters.
Mm-hmm.
That scares the fuck out of people. It's always funny to watch. I've always been a guy who likes roleplay and drama. I've always been a guy who likes like being someone. So I've done a lot of tech stuff. I've done a lot of voice stuff. And people always react so fucking funny to seeing that happen. Because Jefferson's just a dude. He's just a guy with a gun. Most of the time. He's just an elderly man with a revolver. And when you're fighting someone else, where's the first area you think to strike to take them out? Bingo. The minute you take his head off, the parasite gets full control of his body. And everyone makes that mistake. It's glorious every time.
Yep. I can see that happening.
And when they won't, he simply turns his gun around and shoots himself in the head. Because this son of a bitch likes to carry around a 500 Magnum. Which, most of the people I've dragged onto these shows don't know guns very well. 500 Magnum is used to kill bears.
Neither do I. Uh-huh.
Look at... Yeah, your pointer finger. That's around the length of a 500 Magnum. It's a very big bullet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the bullet!
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, that's the whole fucking thing of the gun. Like, the cartridge and the bullet is the length of your pointer finger, more or less.
Wow.
Yeah, and he just carries one of those around. So, turning that on himself, it's going to take out a good chunk of the head. Mainly because point blanking someone with any firearm is not... You go look that shit up anywhere on the internet, you're going to see, like, fucking glorious results. But I got a couple other characters. One of my other favorite ones is a character called Vincent Vic. I do not remember his last name. I forget the last name of all of my characters because I'm an idiot. I always just remember the first name.
Don't have last names.
Yeah, I try to make last names, but I constantly forget about them unless they're really important. Like Swain. Adam Swain is his full name, but he goes by Dr. Swain. Funny bit there. I just thought it because I got to bring this up because I don't think I've said it anywhere so far. His name being Adam Swain, and he being the main scientist of heaven, of the central realm, of the GODS. Adam was the first man in the Bible, and this guy's name is Adam. It was a funny little thing I did. He's the first human that was recruited into the GODS.
Oh, I see.
So that was kind of the joke I did there. But Vincent is a very funny case. I like Vincent. He was the son of a Canadian mother and a Native American father, which led to their bloodline being cursed. So the son was cursed. He was born with tattoos. These tattoos represented a Native American god of some kind. I forgot which one I picked, but yeah. Basically, he had the soul of the equivalent of a Wendigo inside of him, which gives him the ability, way later in life when he actually learns how to control it and shit, to unleash the equivalent of a Native American animal god on everyone around him. Which is a really cool transformation. Because it's... How the hell did I explain this fucking horrid-looking creature? It's a mixture of a moose, a bear, a coyote, there was another large and a bobcat. And it's the weight of a small car. It's a big ass creature. To fully give access of just how dangerous this guy is, there was a scene I wrote where Vincent gets a love of his life at one point. A woman who sees through the facade, or like the idea of what he is, and sees the man underneath. At one part in the story, she gets killed. Not a huge problem, because respawn exists. People can come back from the dead very easily. But physically seeing your lover get her head blown off by a sniper in front of you. That's not the most healthy thing to watch.
True.
This situation leads to Vincent completely losing his collective shit. This man breaks down wholesale and lets the monster out. Which, him and the Wendigo creature, not the same person. They share the body, kind of. So when he breaks down, the creature gets control. But it's like... Oh, what's the word? It's emphasized off of his emotions. It's playing off of his emotions. And this creature at full strength, after that happens, rips an entire platoon of space pirates to pieces. Like a force of nature, basically. And the GODS have rankings for problems. I don't remember all of them. There's like 6 of them. From D to S. They have exact words. I do not remember the words off the top of my head. Except the last one. The last one, the most difficult one, is an EOD event. No, not EOD. EOT event. End of times. This is an apocalyptic situation that is going to take out multiple planets. Bare minimum. Vincent going full monster was one below that. A full-blown natural disaster, basically. They had to get an entire platoon, 1E3 soldiers, and an S-class Guardian, which are like the upper class of the GODS. Like top rank fucking badasses. To try. I emphasize the word there. They had to try to sedate him. They failed. "24 well-armored soldiers. Absolute badasses with laser guns. And an S-tier Guardian. A man named Marcus, who is 8 foot tall, built like a brick shithouse, and uses a gun that shoots fucking 50 caliber ammo. Could not bring him down. Marcus almost died trying to stop him. The only thing that stopped him is that his lover revived, and they fucking instantly got her over there as fast as possible. Literally, the beauty was the only thing that could stop the beast from ripping off the head of arguably one of the best soldiers in the GODS. I do have an image of him. I love this. Hold on. I actually got to find this image because I don't get to show it off enough. Hold on.
All right.
Let me go find it. This might take a couple of seconds. So, any projects you're working on?
I was gonna say that you're talking about like that in your universe, like death isn't really a thing because people come back. It reminded me that I have this one character that theoretically can't really die. Yeah, it's not like she's immortal. None of my characters are immortal. All of them can die in some way.
I got a few that are immortal. I might tell you about them afterwards. They're really funny.
Oh my god, sorry, my headphones glitched. What did you say?
I have a couple literal immortal characters. I'll tell you about them after. They're really funny. All right, keep going.
Okay, yeah. So I gave you like the first chapter thingy to read. So I have a character who can clone herself, make clones of herself, and as long as one of the clones is alive, she's gonna stay alive.
So duplicate, but not cringe. Gotcha.
Yep. So basically, I'm planning to sort of traumatize my characters into believing that she actually died.
So also like duplicate, but not cringe. I think that was literally a fucking story beat in Invincible.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, at one point she dies, technically.
Yeah.
But it is a cool concept. It's just Invincible fucked it up horribly.
Yeah.
But it's that possibility of like...
Because I didn't want to make it like overpowered, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
So I tried to like...
If you look up... I don't know if you do watch Invincible. Probably not.
No.
Okay, so I forgot what the fuck his name is. Multi-Paul. There's a scene in Invincible where he breaks out of prison, or tries. Watch that scene. If you ever get a chance. Multi-Paul breaks out of prison. It shows you the full extent of the absolute horrid shit you can do with the ability to clone yourself.
I will check it out.
Like those two
if I
characters
remember
are
to.
both like
Oh.
both the best and worst end of what you could do with the ability to physically clone yourself.
Hmm.
Comically, that reminds me, I also have a character that can clone himself, but he does it in a very fucked up way.
Hmm?
He's the right hand of the antagonist of the universe, known as, boringly, 1. The number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Though he's referred to as the emissary. He takes parts of his own consciousness, his personality, and rips them out and puts them into a second person, causing a duplication. He can do this. He can do this 14 times before it causes errors.
Mm-hmm.
Because the human mind has roughly 15 emotions that it can physically deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I forgot what the fuck they're called, but like the personality tests.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's only loosely 15 of those. That's what it's based on. So he takes basically a chunk of his brain and he makes it into another person.
Mm. That reminds me of that one Teen Titans episode where Raven got split into like all of her.
Oh my god, that's digging up memories. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She duplicated into like 5 different people, all of different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All different colors. Mm-hmm. That I remember that when you said about like different personalities for different clowns. I was like,
yeah, they don't really.
Interesting.
The funny thing is they don't shift that much. It's more like he's literally just ripping out a chunk of his brain, lobotomizing himself to make a duplicate.
Mm-hmm.
The only 4 other emissaries are different people. Are him, 2, 8, 7, and 12. Out of all of those, I'm not going to fucking explain them because I don't fully remember, but 7 gets 1's fatherly side. His innate need to protect.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of everyone has that, unless you don't. If you don't, you're a narcissist and you should go to therapy. But everyone kind of has that innate ability or like mindset to, I need to make sure this person's safe.
Mm-hmm.
1 poured out of his own head, created a version of himself named 7, who protects the monarch's daughter. The monarch being the antagonist of the universe. He has a kid at one point, and yeah. 7's scary as well. He's one of the most dangerous of the duplicates. Because he doesn't die. Like, he doesn't bleed. So it's really hard to put him down. He's kind of like the Doomslayer in that sense. Of like, you've really got to fucking atomize him to keep him down. But,
yeah. So...
another mocktails where I almost finished off a wine bottle. Fuck. No,
how it
go ahead.
looks like for my girl
Yep.
is she can like make the clones, but the clones don't really like think for themselves. She needs to give them commands so they do things, and the commands need to be like very simple. So like if she commands them to like catch the guy in the green hoodie because he's like a criminal, so you need to catch that guy. She's like a superhero. And if she loses track of that guy, the clone, and sees another person with a green hoodie, she's gonna go after that person. So the clones are very easy to trick.
Huh. That's
they're not very smart on their own.
Some Mr. Meeseeks type stuff, a little bit.
They're not very smart on their own.
That's a good quirk to have. That's actually really funny. I haven't seen that happen before.
Yeah, and like if she were to die, her consciousness would go to a different clone. Yeah,
All right.
that's kind of how it works.
It's pretty
I have
good.
like some characters. I have like some characters I haven't like fully thought of yet. I definitely thought of her the most because she's like the main character of my whole thing. I have like some other characters that I like thought of like their powers and their stuff. It's like a silly little superhero story.
Yeah.
I don't put much thought into that like you.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 20 motherfucking years. I don't expect a single soul to be anywhere near I'm at.
I've been doing this for like a month or two.
Yeah, I've been doing this for most of my life.
I've recently come up with like a prologue idea of how did the powers even come to be.
Yeah.
This is a work in progress. It may change, but right now they're from a falling star, because there was this guy who made a wish to a falling star, and the wish came true. And he was the first person to like get powers.
Yeah.
And at the same time, so was his brother. And I haven't introduced any antagonists to my story yet, but there will be antagonists, and one of the brothers went on to be responsible for the good heroes, and one went on to be responsible for the antagonists. And all of like the
your mic and stuff is giving up on you, by the way.
Their bound sides. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Now you're fine. A minute ago you were glitching. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yep. Quest. That's quest. Yeah. So both of the sides, I guess, the good and the bad side.
Void's here. Hello, like Void.
Oh, hello, Void. They all have like their good and bad sides.
Yeah.
I guess like not to go overboard. Because the way it works is that I thought
Drink
of
some water.
The good heroes get powers that could help them in their real life, but they can't use them for it, because if they do, then the powers will disappear.
Yeah, that
so, like,
sucks.
for example,
all right. Yeah.
Yep. So, for example, the one that can clone herself, she has a lot of responsibilities in her real life that she needs to attend. A lot of like after school things, family things, and she's struggling to like keep up with all of that. But she can't use her superhero power things to take care of that, because then the powers would disappear, and she doesn't want that, because that would pretty much suck. Because right now, superheroing is like her escape from all of the bullshit of the real world, the daily life.
That knocks out the idea I had passing by, which was I have a vigilante character, and I'd happily give you him, but that one caveat fucks the whole thing up. So
what's he like?
I based him slightly off of the My Hero Academia universe, but more like fucked up. His name is David. He is the son of two superheroes who had the ability to use energy and hold energy. Like, his father was a living battery. His mother could, like, grab a power wire and shoot lightning through her hands. Like, what's the fucking term for it? Power. Like, there's a term in engineering and stuff of, like, the different terms of power. Friction, energy, fire, combustion, that type of shit. She could take that without being harmed by it and produce it in the other hand. Like, her body was resistant to it. In one way or another. Like, if she could hold batteries in her hand and produce lightning from her fingers. While her husband could be hit by a lightning bolt and be completely unaffected and just store that energy. And then release it in, like, physical power. Like, he would consume raw energy and use it as calories. So their son, David, got both of those powers combined. He can store energy and use it to do whatever the fuck he wants.
That's pretty
So-
sick.
Crazily, this is... Stop it! He has the ability, and this is one of his coolest fucking techniques personally at a moment's notice. He can rub his hands together until he feels heat, and use that heat to shoot a lightning bolt at someone. Because it's just enough energy to produce 100 volts.
Mm-hmm.
So he can taser someone by just like rubbing his hands together really fast. But it's that concept. He can take any power source and turn it into any other power source. As well as hold the equivalent of like... I've never set his upper limit, but it's pretty fucking nuts how high his limit is. Void. But can he smack... Yes. Yes, he can smack a chicken until it's cooked.
Smack a chicken to cook.
That's...
I watched like a full YouTube video about that, if it's even possible.
It is possible. Someone has done it before.
But yep.
But no, yeah, he can take that energy and he can pump it into his brain, which will cause the equivalent of like cyberpunk edge runners, where, you know, a Sandevistan, where everything will move slowly around him and he'll move faster. It can cause this, like, you know, the energy in your muscles to move faster. But the majority of the way he uses it is lightning. Like producing plasma from his own body. Setting shit on fire, you know, that type of stuff. But he lives in a society where heroes are banned. Kind of like the Invincibles. But like more fucked up. His mother died doing her job. Her father was killed by the US government. Shut up, Windows. I don't give a fuck if there's an update. Shut up. So, at one point, the government shows up to check on David's father, and they find out that you had a child. It's legally disdained that heroes are not allowed to have kids, because that will cause more heroes. Because the majority of the hero powers are based on mutation. They show up, check on him because something happened. I forgot what the fuck it was. And they see, wait, you have a kid. You're not allowed to have a kid. You're like, fuck you. You know, they kill him. He tries to protect his son by, like, drawing a fucking gun on the military. Not a great idea. And his son escapes through the window. So they never catch him. But he turns into a vigilante because he finds out that the government is corrupt as hell. Very, very cool hero, personally.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept. I can see that.
Funniest detail, that character I brought up earlier, Emily Sherwood, she becomes his girlfriend. I don't know how the fuck that happened. That was just a moment that, like, passed me by, and, like, something happened, and I was like, yeah, you know what? David needs a motherly, like, person. No, David needs a motherly object in his life. Emily will do. Because by the time I forgot how the fuck it happens, but some point in his life, the Guardians go and recruit him. The GODS recruits him. And he's like 22 years old. Emily is almost 36 by the time they meet. And David never had a mother. His mother died before he was fully, like, conscious. So he's a huge mama's boy. So he just accepts it. Fucking control it. Shut up. Stop it. Fucking.
You're drifting. Wow.
All right. Good.
That's some drift.
Yeah, this controller's old. I gotta replace it at some point, but it's $70. I don't have $70.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
I gotta remember this because I brought it up forever ago. Yeah. There you go. On stream.
I haven't thought much.
Yeah.
I haven't thought much
This image?
about like.
Yeah, this image here I put up.
Oh.
This is Vincent and God, I forgot her name. Eleonora? Something along them lines. This is the character I was talking about goddamn an hour ago. This is the guy with the Wendigo inside of his body.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, his story is based on a mixture of The Beast and the Disney story. And The Phantom of the Opera. Because he wears a mask. You can see it on his hip there. He wears a wolf skull.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking badass.
Yeah, I can see.
But Eleonora, I can't remember her goddamn name. It's something. It's not that. That's definitely not it. But I do not remember her name. She is Irish, royalty. She is Irish royalty, and she is tsundere as fuck. At some point during their story, there we go. Vincent dies, and then gets picked up by the GODS. And while he's gone, the lady, I really got to remember her name. It's something really easy, but it's not coming to me right now. She goes full tsundere. She literally sneaks into a museum, steals his mask back, and kills a fuck ton of politicians. In his name. She is scary as hell.
Tsundere?
Tsundere is not tsundere. Tsundere is where you like reject. Yandere.
Yep, I was thinking.
Fuck that up. She's yandere as hell.
Yep, I can see that.
She murders a bunch of fucking people in his name. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was talking about like the good side. I haven't thought about like the bad heroes. I guess they're not heroes, they're bad. Protagonists, I don't know what to call them yet. I haven't picked a name.
Here's a stupid idea you could pull off in that idea. What if their powers work in the opposite? If they use it on anyone else, they lose them.
Hold on, there is an idea. It is kind of the opposite. So the antagonists, they get their powers when there is something that they're struggling with in life and they need some little bit of help. So they get the powers, and in order to help them achieve that personal goal. So like the opposite, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Currently, the plan is that they have a set time to achieve this goal. Like, I don't know how long yet. A week, a month. I haven't thought of that.
Maybe it depends on the goal.
If they don't achieve that goal... Yep, but if they don't achieve that goal within that amount of time, they die.
Ah. Okay.
Yep.
Just monkey paws that shit. Fine. All right.
Yep. Yeah, because I have like a full character who is...
Wait, what gives your heroes their power?
Yep, so we had those two brothers. They went on to have children later. The children... Yep.
What gives them their power?
Yep, we had those two brothers. The brothers like grew up, had children later. And the brothers were the first one to like have the ability to grant other people powers.
Oh.
And like when they had kids, the kids got those abilities from them, like the oldest child they had. So like it's a family thing, and I have this character who is unaware, kinda, that his relative. He knows that his relative can give people powers, but he thinks that it's like the good guy. It's not the good guy, and there is like a full storyline of this one character going to this relative. I'm not sure how they're related yet. They're definitely not parent and kid. That much I know. But there is a full storyline of this character going to this relative and begging them for like, come on, like give him powers. You know, I can like help you. I can like be a good hero. Blah blah blah. Not a superhero. That's the bad guy. But the kid doesn't know that. And there's a full like idea I have in mind of the adult denying him constantly because he's like traumatized watching all of the people die, basically. So yeah, I haven't thought that through much. It's like a basic idea that I have. It's gonna probably change so much.
Well, see, I was thinking,
yeah.
the premise I usually go off with shit like that is, it's a god, like pair of gods, like twins, or like some higher entity that's like, I'm gonna help these people. I'm gonna give them powers that let them be selfish or selfless. And then the other one's like, fuck you, brother, and then he starts giving people powers to be selfless. Like it's a brother thing, where like there's something higher.
It's kind of similar here. I was thinking actually of making them like immortal instead of having it be a generation thing. I was thinking of making them immortal.
I refuse to give you this idea mainly because everyone fucking does it. But oh, what is their name? I know one of them. I forgot the other one. The Bible, the guy Cain who killed his brother. I forgot the other one.
I know.
Everyone plays off that.
I know that. Yeah, no, they're not killing each other.
But that is an easy option of there's some like brotherly duo who doesn't like each other and they're just doing that, giving people powers in the opposite directions.
Yeah, I need to definitely work on that a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's just like an idea for now, you know. I haven't
you got time.
Really worked on it much.
You're only a couple months into this. My story's been building up over the time of like an entire human lifespan.
Yeah. Pretty much. There is a difference, definitely.
Sorry, I'm eating Takis.
No worries.
I need to have some food, but like I bought these and these are good. I like these. I blame Mental for this. He likes hot food. He forces me to eat hot food.
I cannot do hot food. Oh my god.
I own at least 3 bottles of hot sauce. All his fault.
Wow.
Different brands, mostly. I don't know, I like Takis. I don't know why I like Takis. Maybe it's the same reason I like alcohol. Because it like kicks you in the back of the chest. Except wine and mead. Kind of. Wait, what the hell else is there? We are surprisingly getting up to 2.5 of a half hour at the minute. 2:15.
Yep. I just looked at the time.
So go figure. You said that how the fuck is this gonna work? And here we are, 2 hours later. Because I can talk to just about anyone. Wasn't there a the power play thing was recent, right? The game of play, new games. Huh? There was that like stream or whatever, the E3, a bunch of new games were talked about recently. Oh god, I have hiccups. I
don't look at things like that.
I don't either. I just see them on YouTube from every now and then. Fuck. All right, so we're at the point where I've finished my bottle of wine.
Yippee.
So the hiccups have started. It's a weird factor I gotta like think about. When I drink in VR, it doesn't affect me as much as it does when I take the headset up and stand up. You know? Like, it's not something to understand if you've never done it, but it's like that's how it acts in my brain. YouTube frogs. Anyone who watches this on YouTube, tell me about this. Does this happen to you? If you try this, do you drink in VR? But when I drink in VR, if it's something like this simple, like wine or mead, like a weak alcohol or a weak item of some kind that affects the brain, it doesn't hit me until I take the headset off. Like, hold on.
I know.
I am probably 9/10 through the bottle right now. I don't feel it. I feel perfectly fucking conscious. But I know the minute I take this fucking thing off, it's gonna hit me like a bus.
I see. Well, I don't know. When my friends drink in VR, they do get pretty drunk. So I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
I have that.
A you thing.
I have that constant problem of like, I don't know. I blame it on my IQ. Most people bitch about that though. Like it's a. How do I explain that? Like when people say they're intellectuals, you immediately write them off as idiots or whatever, or like they're full of themselves. Being autistic, which I refuse to have that as a thing, but I feel like I should at some point. But people always look at you kind of like a dick if you do it. Of like the autism thing, like you put it somewhere. It's like, I support the autism. I am, but I'm like low autism. The funny thing is, with autism, is that it fucks with your brain. It scrambles the wires, but it at least takes one part of the brain and jacks it up to a part where you're not even fucking understanding of it. I have the weird ability to understand people emotionally. I understand people in a weird degree. I can sit down and talk to myself for hours to understand something. And my brain has the ability to fight through literal hard drugs and continue existing. I have done wicked shit over the years, and my brain has fought through it to remind me what the fuck is going on. Like, I'm sure you've met people who smoke weed and they just completely get debilitated. Maybe. It's different around the world, but I'm sure you've met people where they do stuff and they're just done. They're just out.
Yep.
I have eaten half of a gummy, which is like smoking like 6 joints. I have fucked myself up with weed by accident because they did not tell me of how much it was. The only problem I faced was muscle spasms for a few hours. My brain was still fully conscious for 6 hours. The only thing I suffered was paranoia, cotton mouth, and muscle spasms. Like I couldn't, like there was weird waves going through my body. But I was still fully conscious. I've done that with multiple things. Alcohol is one of them. Again, I'm most of the way through a bottle of wine, and I'm talking to you like nothing's happened. Like, as far as you could tell. Like, if I didn't tell you I was drinking right now, could you tell me if I was drunk? Like, is there anything giving it away?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. You're pretty conscious.
Yeah. So it's that weird thing of like, and it's, I know people are going to look at me and go like, you're fucking crazy, bro. I have 160 IQ.
I don't know what that means.
The average American statistic for IQ is 40.
Oh.
40 something, 50 something. That's really low. Average human across the entire planet is 80. I'm at 160. Einstein was 220. But IQ basically is just memory. How good are you at memorizing things and retelling them in cognitive reasoning? How good is your brain at holding information? I'm at 160. You, from everything I've learned from you, is probably at 110. The average statistic on the planet is 80. The American statistic is 50. That said, like I say that with full like confidence of reason. You are reasonably smart from what I've witnessed.
Wow. Crazy.
Although that is comically unseen in the VTuber universe. A lot of VTubers are dumb as shit.
Don't say that, that's rude.
It is rude, but it's fucking true. You know, look at Belle the Whale. You know that bitch probably has 80 fucking IQ. She's out here fucking dogs. You know she is.
Boy, you're gonna get banned.
No, I'm not. The only way to get banned is to call women fat. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the hell Twitch is doing nowadays. They're not gonna notice me. I have 6 whole viewers. They'll be fine. They're not gonna notice me. When I'm way higher up at some point, I'll think about it. But right now, they're not looking at me. They don't give a shit.
Right now doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like, they banned Tectone for calling an OnlyFans person a whore. I don't give a... Like, Twitch is fucked. I don't know. Which reminds me. I need to go look up my old files. I gotta send the guy who owns Twitch a picture of cows having sex.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Okay.
That's how I usually get back at most big companies.
Why cows?
If they fuck like they're on fentanyl. You don't You don't commonly see barnyard animals doing it, so when you do see it, it fucks you up for a while.
Crazy.
I can't send them gore. That causes problems. That's illegal. But you can send them, like, nature documentaries. That's fine.
Oh my god.
I've done that to my tax terms, my accountant, Verizon, Microsoft, Sony, my ex, my other ex,
Okay, yeah,
my
13 other
cousins.
exes, yeah, sure.
I've, I've had a lot of exes. I'm like
Yeah, I remember.
I'm like that bitch from Scott Pilgrim. I got a lot of exes. That's my own fault. I'm attracted to crazy women. I can't help it. Wait, since you have VR, why have you never thought of playing VR games?
Because this cable works when it wants to.
Buy a new one.
And most often it doesn't want to.
Buy a new one.
Listen, this is my second one. Okay, I'm
at
not
my
spending
ninth.
more money on this bullshit.
I'm at my 9th cord. They break easily.
Okay.
Do you want my link to who I buy them from? I buy them for $4.
I doubt they deliver to Poland.
It's Amazon, they might.
They might.
If not,
Okay.
I don't know.
See.
But yeah, buying new cords is usually like the only way to solve it.
This one I have now isn't even made especially for like connecting a Quest to a PC. I just googled what specs it needs to have and bought a cable that had those specs.
I'm gonna fuck your entire existence up. Ready for this? The cord that the Meta comes with, the Quest comes with, is actually the worst one you could physically have. They actively make it to break, so you buy more of them.
Yep, I never bought the original one.
You want a 5G phone charging cable.
Yep, that's what I got.
Yeah. You want one that is not just 5G, but carbon fiber. That's the one I use, and it has survived me about 9 months. You can buy a pack of 3 of the fuckers from Amazon. Or Best Buy. Depends on whatever the hell you have near you. Maybe Costco. Maybe Costco sells them. I don't know.
We don't have things like that in Poland.
I don't know. That.
Maria, I ordered this one. I have right now 9, and it works good enough, I guess.
I don't know. All of my VR content is like wackily. It has problems, but it's like people seem to enjoy it from time to time because it's like I'm just a fucking whack ass and I'm violent. So it's. But Umami Grove came out recently. Umami Grove. I'll send you a link to it. But it's a really cutesy ass Holem cooking game in VR. You should try it.
Games.
You should try it. I, for the love of me, cannot make it fucking funny because I'm a violent, angry bastard. It might be up your speed.
The thing I do most often when I'm in VR chat is fucking make the coffee in the coffee machine.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
I'm I'm a fucking
Okay.
social outcast. I go to VR bars and all those fun places and just sit around and chat,
Yeah.
ruin people's
I
days, you
hang
know.
out with. No, I don't go to public worlds. It's too scary.
I go to private public worlds where it's like the group thing, where they have a set thing of like,
yeah.
you have to be exact to
Yeah.
get in. I walk in, stare the fucker in the eyes, and go, I know your father. And then they let me in. Because they hear my voice, and there's no shot this is anything older than a fucking 20-year-old. Like, I really drag my voice down to prove it. That said, there's like people like Corpse Husband. So, I don't know.
Damn,
But
I used to watch him a lot during quarantine.
Yeah, I'm so upset what happened to that poor bastard. He had his life around him. He
Same.
did good. The only thing that fucked him up is that he was ugly.
To be honest, it's all on the fucking people for A, like...
Yeah, his community...
people.
Yeah, his community bitched him out.
And
that was it.
having fucking unrealistic expectations.
Yeah,
like,
I mean... No, let's...
Because...
A little honesty here. He could have improved the way he looks. A little bit. But the images they spread it around the internet made him look as bad as possible. That motherfucker had hair down to his back. Are you fucking kidding me? That guy could have styled his hair to look like a fucking Greek god. And he fucked it up somehow because they proved images of him that made him look like a fucking nerd in his basement.
Yeah, they also like when people fucking leak photos, they leak like the worst possible ones.
Yeah, the other thing that fucked him up is that they found out that his voice wasn't real. His voice wasn't actually that deep.
That one I didn't hear about.
Yeah, that's something else. I saw that on Reddit. It might be fake, but realistically, I've seen his face, and it's like, if your voice sounds like that, you're not getting any retail job anywhere. I know the faces of people that have thick, heavy voices. You do not look like a D&D nerd if you have a voice like that. I know what I look like.
I don't know.
You know what I look like.
Yeah.
I have an Adam's apple the size of a fucking baguette. I know how deep my voice is. I can make it deeper if I felt like it. I know how good I look because I've been with almost 14 fucking people over the last 7 years.
Oh my god, I tried to, like, learn how to make my voice deeper, but I can't fucking understand anything.
Difficult.
Yeah, I've watched, like, a bunch of guides online. But
if your voice is naturally high-pitched, it's really hard to get it deep. But if your voice is naturally deep, it's something else entirely.
Like, I can easily make it more high-pitched, but making it deeper is very hard.
That gives me an idea. You're F to M, aren't you? No?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
My cognitive skills of understanding this at this point is good. Good to know. Thank you. Yeah, you're going to have problems doing that. Well, I actually have an Adam's apple, so I can force my voice deeper if I forced it. But it's really, really hard. It's really fucking hard.
It's gonna get deeper.
Yeah, you gotta do shit. But you're not gonna get anywhere near I am without some real hard stuff.
We'll see. We'll see each other in 2 months, and I'm gonna have such a deep voice you're not gonna recognize me.
If that's true, I'll buy you fucking something. But I've met a lot of trans people over the years, and none of them have gotten as deep as I can get it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because, like, maybe it's because I'm thin. I don't know. But, okay, I can only show it to one, maybe, of how this looks. Possibly. Not that hand. Use this hand. This hand's white. My Adam's apple looks like this.
Hmm. Hmm.
I have a large, almost inch long protrusion out of the front of my neck.
Wow.
That's rare as shit with how deep that goes.
Hmm.
And like, you said it yourself that if I actually had the mic for it, I could do ASMR.
Yes, I said it myself. I did that redeem for the ASMR for 5 minutes, and
Yeah, and I
like,
didn't miss it
"Oh,
because I was
Izzy had a
drunk off my
mic."
ass on moonshine. I'm so sorry about that, but like, I turn into a different person when I'm that shit faced.
It's okay. It's okay. No worries.
You got it. You were really angry about it too for no fucking reason. That scared the shit out of me during our collab because like you brought it up and I thought you were about to cancel me. Like you were really into it for some fucking reason. Like watching the video back, it's just like you were like about to scold me for not doing it. It scared the shit out of me.
Okay, listen, I like ASMR.
Yeah, I get it. All right, hold on. This mic again is not good at this, but like I can really get my voice deep if I try hard enough. Although I don't know how to fucking sounds when it's like this. That's as best I'm gonna do for the moment.
Worse on
Yeah, I need to get a
on the Quest mic for sure.
Yeah, I need to get a proper ass Yeti mic, and then it might be good, hopefully. But I can lower my voice at the very least, and that gives a slight idea. That's the entire point of the ASMR redeem, is telling me to shut the fuck up. That's the whole use of it. Because I know I get loud. But
you do get loud sometimes.
I can't help it. It's the autism. It makes me go loud.
Yep, I can understand that. I get hyperfixated on things sometimes too.
God damn it. I don't want to, because it's like my entire life. I don't want to say I despise, but I've never been able to interact with other autistics. For some reason. But I know it's like, if I'm struggling at the state I'm in, I can't even fucking imagine people who are even worse than I am. Like, I don't understand the human body. I don't know what half of this shit does. And I at least have the cognitive reasoning to pay my own bills. I've met people with autism who can't even properly shit.
Yeah,
like they got a weird
spectrum.
Yeah, I'm like, if the spectrum is like fucking, the average rainbow style, I'm like over here. I've met people that are on this end, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but damn, dude. Like, I have a cousin. I don't know if he's still alive, but I had a cousin. I met him at a family reunion. This motherfucker has the brain of a toddler. He is 32.
It happens.
Yeah, I think it was autism. It might be Down syndrome, but, Anyhow, that shit is fucked. And I know that if I can get my community over 500, I will start doing charity for stuff like that. But right now, if I started a charity event, nothing's going to happen. I know that because I have a charity event going on right now. And guess what? No one is fucking added to it. I think. I have a little redeem thing right now where you can donate channel points. And if we reach what is it? I think it's 16,666. I will force mental to play.
Awesome number.
Yeah, I will force mental to play Hell Takers.
Helltakers? What was that?
It's a puzzle game where you fuck demons.
Oh, Helltaker!
Yeah. I will force mental to play it. If I reach that.
Fun.
Yeah,
oh
if
God.
I
I was struggling with the achievements so much.
I will enjoy it. I know
Jesus.
I personally will enjoy it. Mental's a fucking pessimist. That dude will be pissed off as hell playing it.
Some of the achievements are very high. I think it was made by a Polish person, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
What always confused me is that
The
there's
game.
a pancake recipe inside of the game.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
I love that art
I'm
style
proud.
because so many people have sat down and like taken other games into that art style. Like
Mhm.
Elden Ring.
Mhm.
The Elden Ring characters are so like comical. I don't even think about them when I'm playing the game. But seeing them in that style immediately brings my brain to like, fuck, I shouldn't have killed them.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I'm doing a series, Season 2 of Elden Ring, Seamless Co-op. I'm a mage. I'm playing a mage. I forgot her name, but she teaches you the first spells of the game.
Okay.
There's a person on YouTube called Only Waifus. She uses her a lot as a voice.
Mhm.
I don't remember her name. Cianara, something like that.
I don't know.
I bought all of her spells. I'm waiting for the third entry of our stream. I'm gonna kill her
Hmm?
because she doesn't have anything else to give me.
Mhm.
Probably some other reasons, but like seeing how people draw the characters of Elden Ring makes me act up a bit. Because it's a grimdark universe. The FromSoft game trilogy is a grimdark. Because no one lives through that shit.
Hmm?
No one. You know?
Mhm.
Like most of the Dark Souls games are just depressing. That said, you can gain a snake woman as like a contraband. Whatever the fuck her name is. What is that term? Concubine. That's the word. Concubine.
Mhm.
That's Elden Ring in a nutshell. Is gaining waifus to your cause.
Mhm.
Like the chick in the red hood. I just realized talking about this. Have you ever fucking played Elden Ring?
No.
Okay, cool. So I'm talking at a wall here. Basically, Elden Ring is like you're surviving your best to kill God, and while you're killing God, you also collect a bunch of women to help you across your scheme of killing God.
Mhm.
Like there's a woman that helps you
Okay.
upgrade your summons. There's a woman who upgrades your health. There's a woman
Mhm.
who sells you things. There's a guy who upgrades your gear. There's a woman who stabs you in the back 3 times. Nightingale has a chick with a D cup.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Okay.
Have you seen anything on Nightingale?
see.
Night Rain? Elden Ring Night Rain?
No,
Nothing?
I don't know very many things. No.
Okay.
I don't know very many games.
There are 3 memes I've seen about Elden Ring Night Rain. So there's like 7 characters you can play in the game. It's a not really battle royale. It's a survival version of Elden Ring. And basically, you pick a character, go into the world, and do your best. Out of those characters, 3 of them have been memed to, like, death already. The game's been out for, like, a month.
Mm-hmm.
The Warden, I think it's called the Warden, is a Birdman. He's the tallest character in the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's about 7 foot tall. Big fucking bird guy. He's seen as a team dad because he's a tank.
Hmm?
Then you have the Revenant. She's the smallest character in the game at 4'2". She can use every weapon in the game. There's nothing stopping her. There are weapons in the game that weigh 400 pounds. There's a hammer the size of a bus, and she can wield it.
Uh-huh.
So people made memes of that, because it's really funny. You know, the logic of, like, a really tiny character using a really big weapon type shit. And then, I forgot her name. I might have mixed them up. There's a wizard chick that you can play as. Black skin, wizard hat, long flowing gown. She has, like, fucking G-cup tits. For some reason.
Crazy.
Like, her design is purposely showing off that she has cleavage. Like, I don't know what the fuck FromSoft was on when they made that character. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. All of the characters in Night Rain are sexy in their own ways. But that one was purposely made. Yeah, not like sexy in a way of, like, you look at it and immediately get an erection. They look really fucking cool. All of the characters in Night Rain look really fucking cool. The Executioner especially. The Executioner has 2 katanas, and he is wearing a full suit of barbed wire armor. How badass do you have to be to wear a suit of armor covered in barbed wire? It's fucking wild. But the mage chick has an hourglass shape to her. And I have personally checked the green site. She's everywhere on that bitch. She is everywhere.
The green site.
She is fucking everywhere on there.
And that makes sense, I guess.
Because I've seen her model in game. Her fucking chest is, like, out here. Like, she's rocking it. On top of, like, you can get an outfit for her. Like, there's outfits for all the characters. She has an outfit that is basically almost skin tight, where she legitimately looks like an hourglass.
Wow.
So they knew what they were doing. What pisses me off is that there's 7 characters in the game, and 3 of them are female, and 2 of them are, like, comedy. 2 of the females are comedy. Like, not really comedy. They're the most damaging characters in the game, but it's like the Revenant and the Duchess are pure summon and pure stealth. And there's nothing about them that makes you look at them and go, like, wife. They're just dangerous. While the 4 guys are scary, angry motherfuckers. You got dude with sword and shield, with a gun blade attached to his arm. You have a dude with 2 katanas who has covered himself in razor blades. You have an angry motherfucker with an axe the size of a bus and a bird. And I'm waiting for them to add more
Same.
characters, honestly. I want a fish man. I don't know why. I want a fish man that uses... I want a fish guy, or like a pirate who uses crossbows and stuff.
Mm.
Because
That'd be cool.
in Elden Ring, there's a cannon. Like a literal arm cannon. Like there's a gun that you can get in the game that fires a fucking cannonball.
Wow.
I want a character that uses those.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. Because like
That'd be really cool.
each of the 7 characters has a weapon type they're really good with. It's like sword, katana, halberd, hammer, magic, dagger, summoning. That's leaving out like 7 weapon types. So there's plenty of options.
Mm-hmm.
We have 9 minutes until 3 hours.
Wow, it's midnight. Happy New Year.
Yeah! I'm out of wine, by the way. I don't know where to put that bottle because I think there's still stuff in it. Stay. I'm gonna chug a bit of my water. I gotta figure out something to consume 7 minutes. It's actually a pretty good bottle, honestly. 10-year-old bottle. Very smooth. No, I personally, I would love to have you for other collabs, other games, if I had any. So for the
I don't have very many multiplayers.
yeah, that's the problem of like, there's not many games that have come out recently, and I don't know you well enough to like drag you into a game. So
after we talked last time, I like looked at all of my games and I made a list of all of the multiplayers that I had.
yeah,
So I could just screenshot that to you.
that would help, but it's like previously that hasn't fucking helped me because the style of game I play really isn't for everyone. I'm a very violent person, as people have realized. Which reminds me, when I get back, hopefully, whenever the fuck the next stream is, it's gonna be Behemoth, the game that Redbox has bought for me, which is medieval. It's very medieval killing people thing. Very VR centric.
Nice.
God, I fucking pray that my burps are not getting tracked by the volume.
No, I didn't hear anything.
I know the visual is showing it because my head moves, but like, alcohol always makes me a little bit gassy.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Luckily, I turned up the volume thing. Like, there's a threshold to where your voice is heard. I put that up a little bit, so I think I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I think that'd be really fun. A lot of things.
Yeah.
Figure out something. I'm sure, maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me what you want to play.
I like. Yeah. I like chatting with you, so it'd be nice if we could find something.
I'm always open to play fucking whatever if we find it and it's cheap, and I don't gotta like sell a kidney for it. I only got 7 of those left. I can't go selling all of them.
7.
I mean, shit like this is only when I drink. Like, massive collabs is when I drink. I don't drink during every stream.
Mm. Yeah.
But, like, when I have to deal with multiple people in a game that I, honest to God, do not find fun, I drink. Like,
That reminds me of the Fall Guys collab.
God, yeah. Almost a year and a half ago at this point.
A year ago, because that was like, I started a little bit before the collab, so like a year ago.
I think I did too. So it was like, I think today's its anniversary. Not today, but like around now. Because I started my career in April. April 29th. And the collab was in like January 15th? Somewhere like that?
I can check on my YouTube. It's gonna be very easy to check. Hold on.
I didn't make my YouTube until like fucking like a month after.
Yeah, my
YouTube previously was used for a previous YouTube channel, which was Insane Savior, and then I changed my acronym to Mental Martyr.
So I have it at the 8th of June 2024. So 2 days ago. Well, 2 days ago, a year ago.
Wait, when?
8th of June.
So yesterday. It's the
9th. 2
9th.
days ago. It's the 10th. Ah,
right. We're several hours apart. Right. For me, it was an hour. It was a day ago. For you, it was 2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I just pointed out that it's midnight and now I
We could have done it yesterday. We could have done this yesterday. Fuck. All right. That would have been kind of funny.
It's okay though.
No one remembers that shit.
Of knowing each other.
No one remembers that fucking collab anyway. It's not anywhere on the internet. Yep. You could look it up. It doesn't show up.
It's not. Oh my god. I was trying to find it because I answer people on Reddit sometimes and people ask like, how do you make VTuber friends? And I was like, oh, you can like join collabs, join events, join Discord servers and blah blah blah. And I was gonna point out that I like took part in this big ass Fall Guys collab, but it's not on the internet.
That's where my whole bullshit started. And people fucking canceled me for it. Where I was sitting like, why the fuck does she not, what's her name? Evelyn? Ilara doesn't get any fucking recognition for it. She broke a world record 3 fucking times, and no one says shit. But Asmongold gets online, talks a bunch of shit, drinks a Coke, and is apparently the most famous man on the internet.
Well,
is no one paying attention to the big tit elf? What the fuck? I met my fucking icon during that stream. Lumar. You know Lumar?
No.
He's a little Eldritch God guy. He's got one eye. It's where my design came from.
Oh, that's nice.
He was on I forgot what the stream is called. There's a stream where like a guy runs a bar. I don't know his name, but he had Lumar on there once. Lumar's a cool guy. He's a pretty well fellow. I got drunk as shit during that collab.
Yep, I remember.
I was way more of a lightweight back then. I went through an entire bottle of Federalist during that. And I did not win. I don't know who won. I don't give a fuck who won. But it was fun.
Yeah.
But she really does not get enough fucking recognition for that collab. That was a really cool collab.
Yeah. That was a ton of people.
We're about to hit 3 hours.
Yep. 3 hours.
Anything else to say? I think 3 hours is good. Honestly, 3 hours is pretty good. I think we can cut it here.
Yeah. I'm
When I-
tired and hungry.
Yeah, me too. You want to say goodbye to the people? Whoever sees this.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for dealing with our ramblings. It's always good to see you, dreamers. Hopefully, Eliot advances from whatever he's doing from here. Yeah. The drunken mind can never make sure of it, because, like...
No worries.
Yeah. I did see that art recently. Very JoJo fucking coded. Very cool shit.
Oh my god, yeah, I was like, oh my god, I'm so bad. I don't know why they drew me like that, but I was like,
Everyone who
That's
draws
fun.
me is like, I'm a fucking deity. It's confusing. But I get it, because it's like, I have these. The wing moves, by the way, if you want to fucking...
Yeah, I was looking at your fucking wing the whole
The
time.
wing moves a lot.
I was gonna ask if it's interactable.
Yeah, the wing is interactable. So is the suit. The suit's interactable down here. The fucking the lower parts of it interacts. I think you can touch them. I can't. I can't get my hand down there, but you can actually mess with the lower part of the suit. You can pull it and stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ears are interactable, and so is the tail.
This ear doesn't. This ear has no interactability because mental refuses it to be touched. But otherwise, yeah, my ear will like move around and shit. It's very funny.
That's fun.
Anyhow, I think that's like 3 hours. I want another sandwich. Thank you, dreamers, for being here. Always good to have another mocktails. We'll have another one on the 22nd. I somehow convinced Hitomi to join me for one.
Ooh.
No idea how the fuck that happened. But yeah, the AI will be here on the 22nd. Be prepared. I'll put a fucking thing up at some point. Bye-bye. Everyone be safe.
Bye-bye.
Don't drink. Don't do what I do. I do it because I'm an idiot. Don't do it what I do. Good luck, everyone. Hold on. Is there anyone actually streaming right now? I doubt it, right? Ah, fuck! My phone died during the middle of the stream.
I was gonna check, but then I remember I don't follow anyone.
Wait, you're a mod.
Yeah.
I modded you. Can you start a raid?
I've never done that before.
Look, try to see how you can do it. I'll see if I can do it. Hold on. I'm curious. Hold on, dreamers. Okay. We're in the outro, but I'm curious if we can pull this off.
I don't even know what button.
I think I can pull it off. Hold on.
Oh, that's insane.
I got someone. I got someone. Don't worry. I got someone. I only got one fucking person watching right now. Because my phone died. I forgot about that. Alright, we're gonna check out that.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever.
I don't know.
It's okay. It's whatever. These streams are always, like, wild as fuck. Don't worry. Let me end it. Good luck, everyone.